This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Wednesday, so it's Rhythm Wednesday on this channel, where we basically have a little bit of an exploration of some aspect of rhythm guitar technique. And, well, the past couple of weeks we've been looking at semi-quaver 16th note strumming, and I think, was it last time, we did something on the art of muting with your fretting hand, or damping with your fretting hand, to create a percussive kind of effect in a guitar part, in a rhythm guitar part. So we're going to combine both of those elements today into a nice little basic funk rhythm that sounds like this. And here's an explanation of what's actually going on in that rhythm.
Rhythm explanation.
Okay then, this strumming pattern that we're using today combines elements of the last couple of things that we've been looking at, namely the 16th note or semi-quaver kind of counting, the 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a kind of thing, and that sort of percussive damping that we looked at in a previous lesson. So we're going to combine those things to come up with the strumming pattern that you heard in the demonstration earlier. Now I'll just preface what we're going to do by saying that there's going to be a fair degree of counting through this rhythm, counting through the beats in the bar in order to get the strumming correct. That's one way that you can get the sound of the rhythm in here, because if it isn't in here, it ain't going to come out here. Basically, if you can't hear it in your head, then you stand no chance at all of being able to play it. Another way that we've looked at in the past with a semi-quaver 16th note strumming was, to turn it into words. You remember the fry, sausage, grilled sausage, bacon and a burnt sausage, that rhythm there. That one's a little bit tricky to do on this because it's just not really the rhythm is a bit too intricate to do that with. But there is another way that I haven't mentioned yet, so I'm going to mention it now. What you do is you take the rhythm from a massively well-known, obvious reference point, a song that uses this rhythm. And you may have noticed in that demonstration that the strumming pattern bears a striking resemblance to Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 by Pink Floyd. So that was what I was going for there. And in case you're thinking, yes, but I don't want everything I play to sound, or with this rhythm, to sound like I'm doing a Pink Floyd tribute, then it won't, because it's exactly the same rhythm as a Bryan Adams song called Somebody. Go and check that one out and you'll notice that it is the exact same rhythm. Anyway, as I say, what we're doing is we are using this 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and counting method to go through the rhythm. And frankly, until somebody invents a method of strumming in that direction or that direction, all you've got are upstrokes and downstrokes. You just alternate up and down and upstrokes. So it's 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and like that. Okay, what I'm going to show now is basically what's going on in terms of the strumming. You can see the ones that are coloured in orange are the ones where we're actually strumming the chord. The ones that are greyed out, those are the ones where you're missing the strings. You're just hitting thin air, basically. And the ones shown in pink are the ones where you're doing the percussive damping kind of thing. So let's break that down into individual beats like that, so we can work on each beat in turn. So let's have a look at beat 1, the 1E and 1E and like that. 1E and then let's have a look at beat 2. That's going to go like this, 2E and so let's put those together, 1E and 2E and like that. Okay, then looking closely at that, you can see that the final two beats, beat 3 and 4, are exactly the same pattern. It's 2 strums followed by 2 damps. So we do 2 lots of that. If you're not sure about the damping technique, then I'll link to the lesson that we did on that in a previous video. I'll put that down in the description. So let's put all of those 4 beats together. We've got okay. Now, one thing to do is, I notice when I'm teaching students a strumming pattern like this, is don't kind of think that you've reached the summit, that you've kind of achieved your goal when you've just done what I've done there, which is to play through it once. If you can play 4 bars of it, let's say, then you know that's when you've got it. It's amazing how many people will get it right perfectly in the first bar, and then it'll just all kind of unravel in the next bar. It's like some people are so kind of you know, surprised that they've got it right, that surprise puts them off the stroke and they kind of lose it. As always, it's important to keep this strumming arm motion nice and kind of loose and floppy and relaxed. Never more so than when you're playing funky sort of stuff like this. As a measure of how relaxed I am, just take a look at how loose the pick is. I've demonstrated this before. If you're gripping the pick really tight like that, your arm is going to be tense and you're basically trying to push the car with the handbrake on. So I'll go through this rhythm a few times and I'll try and count it as well as I'm playing. So it's 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 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 like that. Okay, so that's basically, once you can do that, and then you can sort of get it up to, you know, speed. I think the tempo I did this track at was 95 beats per minute. Like that. Okay. There were a couple of other variations I was putting in that are worthwhile mentioning. First one is there's an A7 chord in the piece where basically after the E minor it goes like that. If you remember, if you've been watching these Rhythm Wednesday videos for a while, then you may have recognised the shape I used. Let me turn this way. It's basically the 9th chord shape that we looked at when we were doing the blues chord sequences and accompaniment styles in this series. So just as a little bit of a substitution, I played an A9th on one of the choruses rather than an A7. So like that. And one other variation, basically adding a slur or two into it, where essentially slurs are just a collective noun for any form of hammer-on, pull-off, bend, slide, that kind of thing. And I was using a hammer-on the E minor. I'm basically barring, let me turn this way so you can see, I'm barring at the 7th fret to where you would play an E minor shape like that by barring an A minor shape, basically. What I'm doing, excuse me, my leg's gone to sleep. And what I'm doing is basically hammering that shape on, so like that. It's very Doobie Brothers, isn't it? You know. In slow motion, 1 E and 2. So I'm basically hammering that on the E of 1 E and 1 E and like that, and you know that's a very effective technique. As you can hear, it just makes things sound like extra funky. And I was doing a slide as well when I mentioned earlier on that A9th chord. So again, on the going from the 1 to the E of the 1 E and 1 E, like that, 1 E, like that. So 1 E and 2 E and very effective little technique that just, you know, and there's a variation on the rhythm. This is what I mean. Once you get the basic gist of the rhythm, you can, and it's all in sync and everything's kind of driving along nicely, you can play around with a pattern of hits, misses and damps to, you know, kind of improvise a rhythm, basically. So there we go. It's all about that rhythm that you can see there on screen, counting in 16th notes. And as I say, just begin by thinking of the either Another Brick in the Wall rhythm, or the rhythm from Somebody by Bryan Adams. I bet you'd never noticed those two songs shared the same rhythm before now. So there you go. That is a nice little introduction to a bit of funky 16th note strumming. As I say, it uses the 16th notes, the semiquavers that we've looked at previously. So hopefully you're comfortable, you know, kind of moving your strumming arm in that manner. And it also incorporates the fretting hand, the left hand in my case, damping. That we looked at in a previous lesson. So combine them and you will hopefully come up with something a bit funky. So go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find the clip of me playing that piece and the explanation that you've just seen there, along with a chord chart showing you the chord sequence, you know, and some chord shapes as well, so that you can have a play along and a practice yourself to the backing track, which is also supplied. Where is all this stuff, I hear you say? It's up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month, and you get access to all of these goodies that go along with these YouTube lessons that I do. A massive, massive heartfelt thank you to everyone, each and every one of you who support me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down in the description. And that is it for today, folks. Hope you found the lesson informative and maybe even a little bit inspiring in some way, or at least a bit entertaining, if not that. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk music and guitars. What's not to like? It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.